everybody! Good evening! Welcome to the stream. I'm awfully glad to have you. I hope you're doing well. We're back with Read-Only Memories. Second stream. What are we doing? We're investigating our missing friend. I don't remember his name. I had it, but then I just lost it. Something with an H, I think. Anyway. Maybe a little closer. Hang on. Oof, oof. Hayden. There we go. I was like, no, it's something with an H. So we're investigating our missing friend, and we've got a robot buddy who was programmed by said missing friend. We're at a nightclub talking to someone who was going to be meeting up with said missing friend. And that's where we're at. Also, we talked to a car and tried to hug a bouncer, and we'll hopefully try to hug more people. We also hugged, like, our robot buddy, like, many times. Until robot buddy got kind of uncomfortable. Look at him go. What was Hayden working on?
Mostly that little bot you got there. Well, I'm sure he had his fingers in lots of pies, but Turing is all I knew about.
Do you know why he may have gone missing?
I don't rightly know.
I can't avoid the thought that Hayden's disappearance has something to do with me, based on his recent behavior.
We did play this. We played the demo of this game a few years back, so you might recognize it from that.
Well, let's see. Hayden was pretty hush-hush about his work on your creation, but if Parallax found out about it somehow, whew, that might have changed things. It ain't always so good for a big company when their leading product declares independence. I'm certain Hayden had some kind of intellectual property clause written into his contract with them, but he would just get fired, maybe even sued.
Oh, hey, Kelly!
I can't imagine they would disappear him. I mean, they ain't the CIA or anything.
This is Tomcat. A cool friend. Well, when I say friend, we really just met. But I think that we're gonna be friends. They're like a hacker of sorts. An acquaintance of our buddy. Well, more than just an acquaintance of our buddy, a friend. They are actually truly a friend of our buddy Hayden, who has gone missing. We haven't actually gotten to any part that we haven't seen in the demo, so it's just retreading the old plot. But it's been a long time since we played the demo, so it's all like new. Also, now it's voiced, so that's cool. Seriously though, what is Jess's problem?
Oh, don't you worry about Jess, none. She just don't have a lot of patience when talking to genotypical folks like us. She's had to deal with an awful lot of pricks. Because, well...
Because she's a hybrid? Because people are assholes? Because she's a caustic jerk? I probably shouldn't judge her just yet. Gosh, I mean, I could probably do a decent, because a southern accent is probably one of the only accents I probably could do. Tomcat here is from North Carolina, for the record. Because people are assholes?
Whew, they are. Especially the hybrids, though I think it's more the way they look than the way they act. Nah, I'd leave her alone if I were you. She's sharp enough on her own, but she's got friends in low places.
I don't know. I don't know accents either.
Well, she does owe me a favor, or three, but I ain't sure I want to waste one on pulling your foot out of your own rear. You hear?
So, Factory. Okay, so how do we find Hayden? This is Jess, for the record.
Yeah, I'm not real sure, hon.
You can do better accents than me, Maury, by far. I don't
But
know.
it would likely help if we knew why he went missing in the first place.
I probably could if I practiced, but I have no confidence in my abilities, so I don't ever try, you know? That's exactly what I was just saying. That's true. I never do them. You can't get better at anything if you don't practice.
I'll stay here and ask around a bit. People know me, and they sure ain't gonna talk to a newbie like yourself.
My French is insultingly stereotypical. But that's
Why
how.
don't you hop back over to Hayden's place and grab the
That's
data
just
cache
how-
out of his computer for me?
It must be for Bishu.
We can go over his research notes and see if we can't find a reason for his being vanished. If Parallax is involved, there's probably something we're not seeing yet. Best to get all the clues we can find.
I like Tomcat's faces in general. They make good expressions, and I really like their. I mentioned it last time, but I really like their amber-colored eyes.
The data cache would be the best place to start.
All right, I'll come back when I have the data cache. Can I hug you?
Good luck. Turin, you keep out of trouble.
No, I can't. Can't hug any of these people. Wait. It gets even more mad at me now for trying a second time. Look at Arcade Punk. This punk doesn't look too into what they're playing. Even still, they probably won't ever get off the machine no matter how long you wait. Touch Arcade Punk. Hands off that joystick, Buzza! Hey, lay your tongue, Pizza! At least enjoy it, you punk! Yeah, you can hear, he's actually, in the living room. He's just being that loud. Obi! Come here! Come here! Hey! Don't scratch up the couch! You want to sit with me? Hang on, I gotta deal with the boy. Here. Hop on up. That's a good boy. Alright, I'm gonna get back over here, so you gotta let me move. Megaphobeter. It's an arcade cabinet. Megaphobeter. Only the most ghost shooting is skull blasting is fun you'll have this side of the bay. I remember this game vaguely. You showed up holler and it's been hollering ever since. You gotta sit down, bud. Preferably not on my headphone cord.
Hooray! You survived!
Game basically a nod to Snatcher's combat. I'd say combat was a scattered handful of light gun sequences on a 3x3 grid. I see!
Those ghosts will think twice before messing with you again. Good thing, too.
Hey.
What are you having?
Oh no, I'm good actually. No, stop! Please, free me. I guess I have to pick something now. There's no getting out of it, because we're circling back around now. Alright, I'll have a beer.
So many drinks these days. Remind me, what's in that?
Drinktionary, the Open Alcoholopedia says.
A local brewed beer. Nothing too sharp or bitter. Just a nice, crisp, weedy beer. Ice cold.
Does that sound good?
Yeah!
Ah, all right, you got it. Come.
Okay, bye. Oh no, my drink! Did I ever drink my drinks? Wait, these partying silhouettes are just painted on the windows.
Welcome to Stardust.
I can't believe I left my beer.
What are you having? So many drinks these days.
Drinktionary, the Open Alcoholopedia.
Does that sound good? Ah, all right.
I can't even drink it! Why would you even tell me that I had to leave it behind? If I can't even... Wait, it's probably in my inventory, right? Yeah! Look at beer. That hit the spot! Yeah! Okay. Now I feel satisfied. We can leave.
Halt, citizen. This area has been cordoned off by the Neo SF Police Department as part of an ongoing investigation.
Yeah, I knew you'd be here.
I apologize for the inconvenience, but I am not authorized to allow anyone to enter this location.
That's my friend's place. Is everything okay?
I'm sorry, citizen, but I cannot give comment on any currently ongoing investigations. If you would like to leave your contact information with me, I can forward your inquiry to the detective in charge, who will get in
You
touch with
spread
you as
out
soon
and
as it
farther
is
they'll
feasible.
fall off.
They may have questions for you. Thank you in advance for your cooperation, citizen.
Listen, I really need to get in there.
That will not be possible, citizen. The area must be preserved in pristine condition for the collection of evidence. Only authorized Neo SFPD personnel may enter.
Time to impersonate an officer!
I am required by law to inform you that I am set at Level 2 guard mode, and any effort to make unauthorized entry will be met with non-lethal force sufficient to incapacitate.
I liked the way I read that. I don't know if it came through on your end, but like it was panned interestingly in my headphones. Future wheat beers and current wheat beers, but not beers from too far in the past.
I apologize, but I must ask you to move along. Loitering around an active investigation area is prohibited by city statute, and I am authorized to issue the citation of a fine to any persons found to be doing so.
We should go ahead and get moving. Oh, drat. I did not expect the police to get involved so quickly. The situation is already growing out of our control. I suppose we don't have to hide the fact of Hayden being missing anymore, but we do have to move faster. Do you have any ideas on how to get in there and grab that data cache?
You can't afford a fine. Buddy, he's almost rolled over on his back, spread out on my legs. I do have a contact inside the Neo SFPD.
Who would that be? I found no such connection when I compiled your personal history.
Lexi, she's kind of new to this jurisdiction, but she'll talk to me.
Give me a moment. Oh, I see now. Detective Lexi Rivers. She used to date your sister. I must have missed that link in your history somehow.
You're kind of embarrassed. Your turn spent all of our money on a taxi.
Net presence.
Also, our name is Beckett, for those of you just tuning in. We named them that ourselves.
It makes anticipating your needs more difficult.
Sorry, I don't overshare. Sorry?
It's okay. We'll work on it.
I'd say, what if we're Boss's sister, but she spoke specifically of New Hotel?
Well, setting aside your unreasonable distaste for technology, I agree with your suggestion. Her online profile suggests that she might be willing to work with us off the books, so to speak. A considerable boon, since I would prefer to maintain the clandestine nature of this investigation for now. Let us go and find Miss Rivers to request assistance.
Careful, buddy! That would be Detective Rivers' turn.
Oh, right. Should I refresh my protocols for handling titles around Detective Rivers?
If you want to keep all your teeth, yeah.
I don't even have any teeth.
Keep it that way.
I mean, done and done. We wouldn't want any social faux pas, would we? Now lead the way.
The Neo San Francisco Police Station for the Richmond District. It is all the charm of, well, any other old police department. This station has seen better days. Are these holes from a shotgun? The wall feels fragile. Maybe someone punched or kicked these dents in. Do you believe this is one of the city's nicer stations? Crime status screen. It's a map showing police activity in Neo San Francisco. According to this, things are looking okay. Everything is okay. The screen doesn't have a speech recognition module. And yet you keep talking to it. How silly you look.
How did you become a technology journalist again?
Look! Imagine the special hell if ads regularly talk to you when you got close. Gosh. The web has enough fingerprints as it is. Or not. You just added one more. Feel special? Yes! You sync up the headphones and the police scanner begins to broadcast in your ears. Dispatch, we have a bunch of drunken rowdy teens down by the railway at Dolores Park, requesting additional units. I listened twice. Dispatch, someone has requested knowledge on if our refrigeration systems are functioning. Please check. Work is really piling up there. Whose unfortunate job is it to organize all of that? They sure got some fat stacks of legal documents. This old-looking desk has a ton of paperwork on it. Not all of law enforcement is super thrilling. What? Oh. Mom just sent me the tracking information for the mask she sent out. I'll get those to you guys. She didn't think she got tracking, but I was like, I'm pretty sure you did. You know, if you sent it first class. And lo and behold, she did. You technically already have a desk job. Why would you want to do any of that paperwork? You can't go back there anyway. Anything else to touch? An ED-64 police unit attends the front desk. The way their eye moves is unnerving. Maybe touching the front desk attendant isn't a good idea. Why not? They're a ROM, but they're also still a police figure. The chatter of Neo SFPD police stream fills your ears. Is this even legal? Run, don't walk. To run, do not walk. New menu includes a Kronenberg and the Ridley Biscotti. Huh, even the police feed has ads these days.
Welcome to the Neo San Francisco Richmond District Police Station, citizen. How may I be of assistance today?
What, you saying all robots look the same to you, Beckett? I'm looking for Detective Lexi Rivers. Tell her it's Beckett.
Please give me a few moments to get in contact with Detective Rivers. Thank you for your patience. Unfortunately, Detective Rivers is out on assignment at the moment, but she has given me her authorization to send you her way. You can find her by the Carousel Building in Golden Gate Park, but I will caution you to exert care. She is working an investigation right now, and we are not responsible for your safety should you approach. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Is there anything you could tell me that's newsworthy?
I am not authorized to comment on any ongoing investigations, but the protests outside Genus are a hot human interest topic. Perhaps you could look around there. Feel free to note the assistance of the Neo San Francisco Police Department in your article. Is there anything else I can help you with?
My friend's apartment is being cordoned off. Can you tell me why?
I apologize, citizen, but I am not authorized to comment on ongoing investigations. I will pass your concerns on to the detective in charge. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, thank you.
Have a good day, citizen.
Water Rom! Oh, dear little Water Rom! I missed you! So cute. This is a public park ROM. It roams the designated area to offer water and directions to tourists. It also takes donations. It seems really dedicated to giving out water.
Hello, I'm Alfie, I-83. How may I help you? Would you like some cool, refreshing water?
Sure, I'll take some water.
Sure thing. Please wait.
Little pixels of water falling down into it.
Okay, here you go. Water levels, okay. Would you care to donate some credits to the...
ROM Recycling for a Greater Earth Foundation.
Yes.
Thank you so much!
Good.
Originally built by the Herschel Spillman Company in 1914, this carousel is still one of the outstanding attractions near the children's playground. It received its second restoration nearly 10 years ago. That's over 70 years since its first reopening back in 1984.
Full of trivia.
I don't think we have time to ride it, even though it looks fun.
Boo! Set personality modifier to Killjoy Captain. Try again. Turing totally won't let you ride it yet. Something to look forward to when the mission's over?
Eucalyptus globulus, the Tasmanian blue gum.
You know a lot about plants, huh?
It's one of my favorite trees. The clean lines of the leaves and mottled patterns of the bark are interesting. Quite fun to paint, and it's a rather useful tree too. The oil in its leaves can be used as a medical antiseptic or analgesic, boiled into tea, or used as flavoring in foods. Even used as a fragrance for soaps. Many of the trees in this park are excellent specimens of the species. It's one of the only topics I've permanently committed to my personal memory.
You dork. Oh man, was there an option to talk to Turing about art that we missed somewhere? Because I feel like I kind of remember that too. But we haven't seen it in this playthrough. Your personal memory?
Ah, yes. I don't actually store most information on my local memory. It's actually rather limited, and I have to be a bit choosy about what I keep.
So, of course, plants.
So most of the information I utilize, I just pull off the meshnet when needed. It's like relearning things over and over again. I'm sure you would find it tedious, but I enjoy making sure my reference tables are up to date in my spare clock cycles. I mostly store things locally if they are of some critical importance to me, like information pertaining to personal memories or knowledge that would be helpful if I found myself disconnected from the net.
Or plants. And eucalyptus trees make the cut?
Well, as I said, I keep things pertaining to my personal memory. It may seem insignificant, but without the information about Eucalyptus globulus, I'd lack critical details about my painting history and the local area, both of which I find important to my emotional development.
Hang on, I'm looking up a picture of them. They do have nice leaves. Whoa.
Sometimes it can be a bit difficult to know what's important and what isn't, but I fear losing parts of myself. So, Eucalyptus globulus stays.
You're cute.
Of course I'm cute. The basic ROM form factor is designed to place us firmly outside of the uncanny valley. I can't imagine adoption rates for the technology would have been very high otherwise.
I thought you painted abstract art?
Oh, I do. However, I originally started by painting landscapes. My interest in the arts began through Bob Ross's work, and he focused on landscapes. It wasn't until recently that I moved on to other forms of composition.
Bob Ross?
Yes, have you heard of him? During my initial stages of mental growth, Hayden limited my media access to mostly only educational programs. I had almost a century of public access television to review, and I stumbled upon Mr. Ross's excellent show, The Joy of Painting.
the way it reads that, with the slight echo.
He used an easy-to-learn wet-on-wet oil painting technique, and I started to paint along with the episodes.
Precious.
I also find his philosophical views compelling. He often used anecdotal stories from his life to illustrate his opinions. I respect the man quite deeply. I've committed all 403 episodes of the series to my personal memory.
Cute. I want to see your paintings, Turing. Thank you for the information, Turing.
Of course, enough about the happy little trees. You'll have to excuse me for chattering on like that. We'll have plenty of time to discuss things once we found Hayden.
Looks like he's taking a photo of his ROM. Or is his ROM taking a photo of him? Use casually dressed fellow. This isn't a park ROM, it's mine! If you want water, find an Alfie. Oh wait, I think they call it Alfie. Did they actually say Alfie? I can't remember how you said it. Cute headphones! Not as cute as my ROM though. Hey, could you take a photo of me and my adorably precious ROM? Thanks! Okay, Alfie pronounced it better as Alfie. Thanks for taking the photo. It came out great, Beckett. Did we just introduce ourselves to... We're such a friendly sort. Sharply dressed woman.
Do you think I'd look nice in that hat?
Yes! Wouldn't hurt to try. I'll take you shopping sometime.
I'd really love that. Maybe it would look better in orange or a green. Perhaps a mauve.
Her hat appears to be enjoying the breeze more than she is. Having a lot of mixed feelings about this whole wearing a hat on a breezy day thing. That guy's super into his ROM, man. I was the same way when I got mine, too. I don't think headphones go well with my hat. Might have been a better idea, though. At least the wind wouldn't be blowing them away. Could I borrow them for a second? We might look cuter in the photo wearing them. You can't sing to this ROM with those. Damn. Can I listen to the trees? Lovely nature sounds flood your senses. These headphones really are something else. A quiet voice reads information about the carousel's history. The dainty circus music underneath gets annoying fast. Technology amplifying the beauty of nature. Go figure. Look at a glass of water. The 2064 Golden Gate Park Holiday Souvenir Glass. Refillable at any Alfie refreshment bot. Currently holding some cool, refreshing water. That hit the spot. I need some more water, please.
Hello, I'm Alfie, I-83. Sure thing. I'll refill that right away. Please wait. Okay, here you go. Water levels, okay. Please have a nice day.
You too! A snack stand? I guess. A small snack stand in the middle of the park. The coffee there is actually really great.
I cannot partake in beverages, but I have certain emotional neurotransmitters that attempt to simulate the experience for me. I prefer a Yangon.
What? Let's see. Hong Kong style tea and coffee. It is made of a mixture of 3 parts of coffee and 7 parts of Hong Kong style milk tea. Can be served hot or cold. So it's a tea coffee. Interesting. Why spend credits on great inexpensive coffee when there's a park ROM giving out free water? I'd like to try it. All they sell here is junk food, nothing that will give you any energy to stay on track. All you can hear is cha-ching! No, you can also hear coffee pots and chip crunches. Beckett, quit being cheap. Sometimes you want a cup of coffee. There's Lexi! Your hair always reminds me of, Gardenia. Yeah, little Guzma too. Eucalyptus globulus, huh? Also known as Tenonroms, that tree. You try calling to some birds, but they just fly away. Bye-bye, birdie.
Bye-bye, Birdie. The musical had its 100th birthday just a couple years ago.
Sharon Art Studio.
This is the Sharon Art Studio, established in 1968. It is Neo SF's largest public art studio with classes and workshops for all ages. The building was closed off in 1974 after suffering fire damage, but reopened in 1984 and has continued operation since. I'm impressed that it is still running.
No time for art classes. There's a mystery to be solved.
I wonder what kind of painting techniques they're teaching their students.
This pump controls the flow of water to the park ROM. It's currently on and pumping strong. With this, you could wield complete power over free refreshments. I love that little sound effect.
If you want water, I'm sure that public park ROM we saw on our way in can help.
I just want to push the button. The ROM at the end of that hose probably wouldn't be happy if anything happened to its water supply. You're probably right. A broken, beat-up Froyo stand. You read about it in the newspaper. Are the reports true? Was this really done by some rogue ROM? You can't get Froyo today. The entire stand was destroyed. You'd rather have a mango Hassie. Hassie! Anyway. The Froyo stand wasn't activated by voice. It's currently torn to shreds. You're just talking to the rubble. Tell them to check in the back. Sorry, no samples. One of NSFPD's finest ROMs on assignment in the park. Was it really necessary to bring out a ROM this big for a vandalized Froyo stand? The chatter of the Neo SFPD police stream fills your ears. Is this even legal? Alright, same one. Just checking. A very distraught owner of a very destroyed Froyo stand. Doesn't look like he's had the best day.
Wow, those headphones are pretty A1. I bet some really rich, handsome guy bought you those, right?
No, I got these for free as a trial copy, but what are you trying to imply here, friend?
Can't you see I'm busy here? Look, I've gone through a lot today. Just give me some space, okay?
That's Detective Lexi Rivers. You met her through your sister a while back, but you haven't seen her in some time until today. She always seemed to really care about you, and has helped out a time or two in the past.
Huh. I didn't think anyone actually bought this brand. Oh, you just reviewed them. Well, now you're busy with a new line of work, it seems. You made a good trade.
It's probably not a good idea to push Lexi around. I just want a hug!
Keep your hands to yourself.
I just want a hug! Turing yelled at me.
Hey there. Long time. Give me a few minutes to wrap this up, okay? I swear you wouldn't believe the amount of paperwork I have to file over a damn wrecked Froyo stand. By the way, how's your sister doing?
Nice high waters. Don't watch on my account, just a man's life on the line. Don't be dramatic. I mean, it's not wrong, but the pants, they're hiked up so that you can wade in high water. Hence high water.
I don't know if you've heard, but we got some phantom robot on the loose that everyone is calling Wonder Boy. Supposed to be a hero of the people or something, but I have no idea what smashing a Froyo stand has to do with it. My guess? It's just a bunch of kids screwing around at night and getting a thrill out of some light vandalism. But the brass said to take it seriously, so that's what I'm gonna do. It's not like I have real cases I could be working on or actual criminals to be hunting down or anything.
Whoa, she turned her face!
If I had known that this is all they would give me, I never would have transferred.
Why did you move anyway?
I transferred because the credits were good. I thought being in a bigger city would mean I'd get to work some bigger cases. Instead, I'm stuck chasing ghosts and dead ends.
What's their problem with you?
Let's see. I'm too young for full detective. I'm too big of a hothead. I've got a history. I have augments. Take your pick. So yeah, I have plenty of spare time to help you with whatever you got. It's gotta be better than dealing with this crap. Hold on one sec. Let me steal a break from this guy. So, fill me in. What's going on?
An old friend of mine, Hayden, has gone missing.
Oh, shoot, that's no good. How long have they been gone? I'll have a hard time getting a focused effort on the case immediately unless there's evidence of foul play.
Unfortunately, Detective, things are precisely that serious. I am Hayden's personal ROM, and I was witness to the kidnapping.
You didn't actually... okay.
I can assure you Hayden was taken by force, and that time is of the essence. Just prior to the incident, he instructed me to seek help should anything bad happen. I now believe he has been expecting trouble of this magnitude. We need your help if we're going to track him down.
Damn. All right then, I'll do what I can to open up an investigation. I can't guarantee I'll be put on the case, conflict of interest and all, but I can sure keep tabs on things for you.
That's nice, but we need your help in a different kind of way.
Yes, Aiden is a senior researcher at Parallax, and I know he was working on some very high-profile projects for the company. It's quite likely that he was taken by somebody with enough money and influence to ensure anything official goes nowhere. You yourself have already cast doubt on your superior's judgment. Unfortunately, we share the sentiment. In fact, we know there is already some
Little
kind of
eyebrow.
currently ongoing investigation. We were stopped from entering Hayden's apartment by an NSFPD ROM. That's why we came to you. We were hoping
Gosh,
you
the
would
shoulder
be empathetic
pads.
to our cause.
You know, you're a bit chattier than most ROMs. I guess it makes sense that Parallax employees get the shiniest new toys, huh?
Got called a toy.
I'll see what's going on in the department.
Yeah, it's got a matador's sort of coat, sort of quality.
I don't know what I can do if someone inside actually is dirty, but I can pass information to you if I decide my superiors aren't taking things seriously. They wouldn't have left only one bot by the door if it was something important enough to squash. Hopefully it's unrelated. I'll get back to you on it soon. Just relax and we'll figure this out. Promise.
Could you just radio the guard ROM to let us in?
No way, not gonna happen.
Huh.
If there's already an investigation, I'm not gonna let you just waltz in and tamper with evidence, cover up or not. At least give me a day to make sure they're doing the job right.
What happened, Lexi? You used to play by your own rules. We can't wait a day. Hate might not have that long.
Look, I'm taking this seriously, and so should you. If Hayden is in real danger, you bumbling after whoever took him is just gonna get you killed. I don't need that kind of crap on my conscience.
Man, both of these are... Either of these is a really cool look, Beckett. You know I can handle myself, Lexi. You've been there.
Sure you can. All the way up until you don't. Just let it go. I lost too much playing fast and loose with this kind of situation back home. I have to handle this.
Wow, that sort of break in her voice a little there. I'll be careful, Lexi. I just want to help my friend.
No. I'm sorry, but we're not gonna do it that way. I know you think I'm just being paranoid, but the city is tense right now. With the protests and everything going on, you might be poking around in a hornet's nest. Let me do my job. I don't want you to get hurt. Get a weapon of some kind and stay safe. I still care about you.
Alright. I hear you, Lexi.
You better. I don't have a stick up my ass about regs, but I'm not gonna send an untrained civilian into this alone, much less a friend.
Cute.
Now let's split up for a bit. I still gotta finish up this Froyo thing. I'll call you about the case later, alright?
Well, that didn't go how I'd hoped, but maybe it isn't a total loss. I have another idea on how to get us both inside the apartment.
Good to hear. What is it?
I'll need to get my hands on Detective Rivers' police identification badge. I can just detect its outline in the fabric of her jacket pocket. I'll need to be considerably closer to pull its near-field data. We can't risk being too obvious.
Damn, Turing! You could just freaking, like, zap everybody's credit cards and like commit, you know, freaking identity theft.
I'm
I
sure
remember
you
this
can come
part.
up with some way for me to scan it. I have faith in you.
I can't remember exactly how we pull it off though, but yeah, it is a real thing you can do. Technology, man. Yeah, devices. That's part of why I said it, because that is a thing.
Toppings everywhere. The humanity of it. The pretzel guy. Yes. Steve. He's been after this spot for years.
You deactivate the pump, stopping the water flow. Just Jimmy's or Russell, literally. Ah. Ah.
Hello, I'm Alfie, I-83. Oh, you already seem to have a full glass of cool, refreshing water. I'll just wait here for you to finish it.
Some people see the glass half empty, some see the glass half full. Alfie sees yours as completely full.
Thank you, Turing. If you keep this up, you'll need to find a bathroom.
Hello, I'm Alfie, I-83. Sure thing. I'll refill that right away. Please wait. Oh, this is embarrassing. I seem to have run out of cool, refreshing water.
Total face.
Water levels. Not okay. Water levels. Not okay. Water levels. Not okay. I'll be right back.
Sorry, Alfie. It had to be done. It looks like Alfie knocked Lexi's ID out of her pocket.
Perfect. That's all I needed.
Okay, so now what?
Let me keep that under my...
Hey! What the hell are you doing with my ID?
Returning it to you?
Oh, excuse me, Detective Rivers. I noticed it fell out of your pocket after that wayward ROM crashed into you, and I wanted to make sure it didn't get lost in the shuffle.
Huh. Thanks. What hit me? You said it was a ROM?
Yes, it seemed to be following faulty programming of some kind. Perhaps it was the same one that damaged this vendor's cart?
Turing.
It headed off in that direction.
Guess I should check it out. Not like I have any other leads on this jackpot of a case. Hey you, Froyo guy? Tag along with me in case I need you to identify the bot.
Who, me? But I've gotta attend my stand.
Turing live like a rug.
Cut the crap. It's not going anywhere, and the robot I posted will make sure nobody messes with the crime scene.
Yes, ma'am.
Where did you learn to lie, Turing?
And you too. Don't think I don't know you're up to something. Keep your noses clean. I'll be in touch.
As I was saying,
learned
it under
to
my
lie
hat for now.
in the same
I
place
am
that we
more
learned
than just
crime.
a walking search engine, you know. Dramatics aside, we should return to Hayden's apartment.
Can I ride it now?
I don't think we have time to ride it.
Boo. Hold up. What do I gotta...
Halt, citizen. This area has been cordoned off by the Neo SF Police Department as part of ongoing investigations. I apologize for the inconvenience, but I am not authorized to allow anyone to enter this location.
This is Detective Lexi Rivers, badge number 881126. I will be entering the crime scene with my assistant to gather evidence.
Damn, Turing!
Please move out, but maintain the perimeter.
Of course, Detective Rivers. Good luck with your investigation.
How the hell?
So, are you impressed yet? Have I proven my usefulness?
You don't need to prove anything to me, Turing, but good job.
Thank you.
We're gonna get destroyed.
At times, I feel my inexperience may be holding us back, but I will continue to do my best to assist you.
I'll do my best to assist you until Lexi finds out about this and destroys us both.
I just wish Hayden had given me more practical training to deal with this kind of situation. Or even just being out and about in general. It can be a bit overwhelming at times.
How did that work with just Lexi's voice anyway? Can't the police bot see us?
Well, I'm not sure I'd call that seeing. The Neo SF Police Department uses a government rebuild of the old Robodyne 6300 Mark B. They're antiquated enough that I'm surprised they aren't in a museum.
Damn, Turing.
Their optics are a paltry 10 megapixels, and it was child's play for me to modulate my forward display into a tight beam of an image aimed directly into its lenses. I also transmitted the credentials we got from Detective Rivers' badge earlier. I probably could have gotten away with just that, but better safe than sorry when impersonating an officer of the law.
I need to do more
Frankly,
crime to
I'm
be a
rather
better criminal.
embarrassed for the ROM. The poor thing is older than your computer. But enough of that. Let's get the data cache and return to Tomcat.
Greetings, Detective Rivers. You are fully authorized to access the cordoned area. I will maintain the perimeter while...
What?
Yikes.
Oh no. No. Our apartment. My home. Who could have done this? Why?
Things have gone to hell since we were here last. Let's see, this one says pure. It says... I'm not sure what this one says. Geez, those tags look like Human Revolution graffiti.
What does the Human Revolution want with Hayden? Why would they break our things? I don't know what to do. This place, these items.
They smashed the plant! The monsters?
They're all I have of Hayden.
And the picture's gone too. They also,
What if he's gone for good?
they also smashed the headset into the TV.
What will I do if we can't find him? This was all I had left.
Don't worry, Turing. We'll find him.
You're right. I apologize for the emotional outburst.
We never got to mess with Hayden's game console. Womp womp.
Well, let's look around and see if we can find the data cache in all this mess. We don't have time to waste on my histrionics.
Someone took the time to methodically shred the poor plant. Even dashed against the floor, Hayden's plant somehow seems healthier than the one at home. The view is marred by graffiti and splintered glass. There's so much broken glass displayed out in the balcony. Tech scum.
I think you're right about this being human revolution propaganda, but Hayden is an unlikely target. I know they don't like Parallax because they think advanced technology in general is bad, but they spend most of their time going after hybrids and cyborgs. I'll run some deep meshnet searches and see if anything turns up.
The human revolution takes issue with all high tech. Anybody who works for it or is related to it is just tech scum. Humanity has changed rapidly in the last century. Hybridization of the human genome and cybernetic augmentation has, in the human revolution's viewpoint, diluted the purity and strength of the species. Human revolution members don't get invited to many parties. A ROM piece has been embedded into the high-res screen. Static dances across the display. Looks like that's all we can look at now, except for this here desk. The desk has been ransacked and tagged with spray paint.
I think the data cache is gone. We've searched everywhere, and it just isn't here. I hate to return to Tomcat empty-handed, but this leaves us twisting in the wind. Perhaps they can point us in a new direction. The data cache is no longer our main objective, but it would be nice to know where it is and why it was taken. I wonder what the human revolution would need the data cache for anyway.
Maybe they took it to delay Hayden's research?
That's a distinct possibility. I just don't have enough personal experience with the human revolution to give you an honest answer. The information on the meshnet is extremely conflicting and desperately polarized. Some of it paints them as neo-druid nature lovers, other parts as bigots stuck in the past. Perhaps we could... Hey! What's wrong? Right? No!
Well? Damn, Hayden, you live like this? You think framing is most likely? You okay? Behold, new content! USF, Chinatown Hospital. 1221.
Thank goodness you're finally awake.
This game does not autosave, would be a disturbing message to see as one passes out. It would be.
I have spent the past 30 minutes calculating the odds of you being indefinitely incapacitated or immobilized. I'm relieved to find my pessimism was misplaced and that you appear to be okay.
Are you sitting on our bed? That's cute. God, don't be a dick! Hang on, let's save while we're... Oh, I guess I can't save during this thing. My head is killing me. What happened?
Someone ambushed us at the apartment. After you collapsed, my power systems were jammed by whoever attacked us. It took me 2 minutes to reboot and call an ambulance. When we left, I noticed they had done the same thing to the NSFPD ROM that was standing post. It takes a lot of power to crash one of those, even temporarily.
I mean, I guess it's good to have variety, but yeah, why would you be mean?
Serious military hardware like that is difficult to obtain, but that type of non-lethal electrical field would interrupt my systems as well. Likely a mil-spec neuro-scrambler.
Bless you. Who do you think did this?
I now believe my original hypothesis to have been correct. Hayden must have been kidnapped by a powerful organization looking to get control of his research. Trashing our apartment may have been a cover for the theft of the data cache we were looking for.
A game where you actually have to be mean sometimes to get the good end. I'd play it. I mean, I'd make it if I could think of a good story. Wait, I just zoned out. What did you just say? Why did they attack us and just leave?
If we walked in on them while they were searching the apartment for Hayden's files, I can understand them stunning us to make their escape. But the probability that they're actually after me, or rather the research behind my creation, seems high.
What am I small child? What am I small child holding a gun and crying about this time? What do I do now?
Leaving me when I was so vulnerable makes no sense.
Maybe they didn't recognize you?
That seems unlikely.
Oh, being
Even
mean
the
again.
most casual
Well, I mean-
access to Hayden's research would have turned up physical descriptions of me. And even if they weren't sure,
I guess, in the context you're saying, you would have to be being mean to a character who doesn't deserve it. It wouldn't be just being mean to someone to be mean. Being mean justifiably deserved meanness. It would be mean for the sake of mean, which I guess would be a little harder to do, but I think it could be interesting. I like assholes as characters.
well, I'd play it better safe than sorry if I were them. We were at the scene of the crime, so to speak. Surely interrogating us would have cost them little.
Did you see who hit us?
No, I didn't. They assaulted us from behind, and nothing showed up on my optics before I was disrupted.
Yeah. I think if I'm able to detach myself from the character in some degree, like I don't have to name them after myself, then I could be a bit of an asshole. But really what it comes down to is that's what multiple save files are for. Is to see what being the asshole does. Gosh, now I really want to like try and think about writing something like this. What it would entail. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. We can ponder on that later.
They either had cloaking of some kind, or were extraordinarily careful while making their way into the apartment. My optics, while not top of the line, are better than an off-the-shelf ROMs, and I should have been able to detect any thermal changes from someone being there. Oh, before I forget, here are your belongings. The nurses had me hold on to them for you until you awoke. Here's your ID card. Don't lose this again. Here are those headphones you reviewed.
And my specialty glass?
I noticed the article on your computer before. Good job getting published.
Thank you.
And finally, here's your commemorative glass of water that you got from Alfie. Looks like it got broken.
No! My commemorative glass!
Now all we have is this broken commemorative glass.
No! Maybe we should just throw the glass away.
You're right. You wouldn't want to cut yourself.
Well, I'm sure we could go to Alfie and get another. Well, the glass was empty. We did drink the water out of it. Because that's how we got, we're able to set off, Alfie in the first place. But it would have been great to see somehow it has water now. But no, it would be great to see it undisturbed. It makes sense since we got banged into. I had forgotten that.
Just let me know when you want to leave.
Excuse me. Are you talking about Hayden Weber?
The hell are you? You seem to be doing okay.
Everything is okay.
See? You're a writer, not a doctor. Sit back down. You're gonna make things not okay. How are things, Metacomp?
Everything is okay.
Good enough. It only really gives that one answer. But no question, a good prognosis. Listening to your diagnostics readings so close and focused is kinda creepy. You'd even prefer listening to Zazen instead of this. Ghibli. You were kind of tsundere for Zazen in the club. Standard hospital curtain, low quality fabric, tacky sterile color, and steam clean beyond recognition.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you from behind that curtain.
Has Turing been sitting here by your side the entire time?
I think I recognize that voice, but I can't be sure. I'm glad you're okay.
Good friend. It doesn't take headphones like these to hear Turing loud and clear all the time. You think about making another internal joke about how you don't need these to hear Turing, but you stop yourself. Maybe you shouldn't pick on Turing. Littlebot did seem very concerned for your health and waited here with you all this time. It's decently comfortable in spite of the coverings. Ugh. These blankets are either getting washed and sent to the next patient or thrown out right away. It's scary, you can't tell which. The metal railing is cold to the touch. Not one of those fun moving reclining beds, sorry to say.
I'm sorry, my hearing isn't what it used to be.
Well, fine. A soft sweater for this robot friend. Hello. Oh, you're that guy that was on the news. A nice, if busy and crowded view of the town. May not be very calming visuals for a recovering patient, but it does serve to remind you that there's a bustling world outside. Locked, but you dig the warmth from the sun.
Don't smudge up the view.
Well, excuse me. The beauty of the view inspires you to hum out a little ditty. Not much of an enchanted moment with the window closed. Let's look at this medical station. Some sort of medical device is hooked up to his chair. It seems to be running diagnostics on his status. You've never seen a computer like that before, and you can't read it. That's dangerous. Plus, he's sitting right there. Press your hands and face to the glass and drag yourself down. You're not the boss of me, sir. Don't touch that before things get morbid. Maybe Turing is more adept at speaking computer.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What I love is that implies that that Beckett is saying these things out loud. Or at least some of these things that are internally monologued are actually spoken out loud as well. I guess ROMs aren't backwards compatible. Seems he's your roommate. Better say hello before you leave.
Sorry for being a nosy, Nancy. Hayden's an old friend of mine, and this sounded all too familiar. Has anything happened to him?
Were you listening in on our conversation? I mean, dog, we've already established that. He said he apologized for being a nosy Nancy. And he clearly heard us talking about Hayden. I mean, he's already said that he did.
Of course. I've not yet introduced myself. My name is Dr. Yannick Fairlight, and I'm the founder and former CEO of System 1 Software, now owned by Parallax.
He is telling the truth, at least as far as I can intuit from information on the meshnet. And I do recall Hayden mentioning a Dr. Fairlight, at least once in passing at some point.
See, I don't bite.
We don't know that yet.
I hate to be the one to tell you, but privacy screens are hardly soundproof. However, if this situation concerns us both, perhaps we can help each other. I won't press you for details, but perhaps I could be of some assistance, I remember my association with Hayden fondly, and I'd be happy to help in any way I can.
You said former CEO?
Ah, yes. As I've mentioned, Parallax acquired my company, System 1 Software. I accepted a CTO position, and additionally served on Parallax's board for several years. The other directors and I had a difference of opinion about the direction the organization should take. The non-centralized data scheme for most ROMs used today seemed ludicrous at the time. We were playing with fire, dangerous, morally ambiguous fire, and well, we hadn't invented a bucket of water. So when Parallax's servers were destroyed by hobbyist hackers, well, needless to say, it was a PR nightmare. Everything halted until we could get the damage fixed. And since the security work that goes into maintaining the integrity of near-impenetrable meshnet is astronomically expensive, we had our share of disagreements. In the end, I was voted off the board and they went on without me. Do I have hard feelings? Of course, who wouldn't? In the end, though, it really doesn't matter. I'm an old rich man with enough hobbies to last the next 2 decades.
Other questions? I guess we don't get to ask those. How did you meet Hayden?
Hayden and I made our acquaintance when the 2 companies first underwent the merger. At the time, he was a young, hotshot researcher working in the search data correlation sector. He was assigned to find the best ways to integrate Parallax's own collection and analysis tools into System 1's LIPS operating system. He was a bit much to handle at times, honestly, but I admired his passion for the subject.
Do you know anything about Hayden's research?
His research? No, not so much. I remember at the time he had interest in advanced machine sapience. That is the realm of science fiction.
Turing, like, excuse you!
He once showed me a prototype of his. She was quite clever, very convincing, but you could tell she did not contain the spark of life. I assume that you are another of his creations.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Turing.
What's up?
Did you say she?
Ah, yes. She was quite insistent on that fact over the course of my conversation with her. Hayden said that she had picked out the color for her casing herself, pastel pink. Still, I must assume you are far more advanced than
Your
she
big
is.
sister!
Spearheading the search for your creator.
Hey, let go. If you want up here, you can get up here. Don't pull and stuff. Come on.
Perhaps I should have had more faith in Hayden's little hobby.
Do you know what became of her, or where she might be now? Hayden has told me so little of his past research.
Hope you get your butt out of my face.
I'm sorry, Turing. It was a long time ago, and I'm afraid my memory is not what it used to be. If any of my contacts in Parallax make mention of your erstwhile sibling, I'll pass it on to you.
Thank you, Dr. Fairlight.
I mean, how would you know that? Like, how would you contact us? How?
Of course. Ask away.
What are you doing here?
The chair you find me in is an advanced diagnostic and life support ROM. Its development is one of my hobbies, so to speak. It monitors my vitals and administers medications as necessary to keep my body stable.
Interesting.
I likely would have perished long ago without it, or at least would have been severely bedridden. It requires frequent maintenance, and I'm here to have it examined. There's a particular fellow at this hospital who is the only one I trust to run the correct diagnostics and fine-tune things to my exact needs. It's the same way you might get your car serviced, making sure everything's in check. It's too integral to my health to count on just luck. Unfortunately, many critically injured patients were rushed into surgery all at once, and my appointment has been pushed back. The hospital administrators placed me here with a resting patient so as not to be disturbed by the chaos outside. I don't think they expected you to awaken quite as quickly as you did.
How can you help?
I can think of a few ways. I still have some contacts in Parallax and can put out some quiet feelers. Maybe they'll know something. I will admit, I don't have much to offer until there's more information. Is there anything you can tell me? I'd like to help in any way I can. What did you find at Hayden's apartment?
The first time we went, nothing. But when we went back to extract his computer's data cache, the place had been pillaged, and the Human Revolution had spray-painted slogans all over our walls. Hayden's computer was gone, and we were assaulted. And now we're here, injured and losing our trail with each passing second. We're still frustratingly in the dark and running out of time.
It looks like it'd be, something you could make out. Even though it is pixelated, but I don't know enough to be able to do that.
I fear Hayden is slipping out of reach. I am failing him.
I'm very sorry to hear that. I wish I could do more. Hayden's company was most enjoyable.
What do you want?
What do I want? It would be nice to be young again. Play the darling of the company, court prince and pauper alike. But right now, someone I grew very fond of is in great danger. I simply wish to see Hayden home again, safe.
It's been very interesting speaking to you, Dr. Fairlight.
Turing, are you sure we can trust him?
I don't think we have any choice.
If I'm looking into this on my own, you might as well benefit from it. We both want the same thing, yes? It's up to us to seize opportunity when it appears.
Can the hospital do anything about the incredibly suspicious way you say everything? That's terminal. Terminal suspicionitis.
I think I have a lead for you two that will prove most useful. You said you found Human Revolution slogans spray-painted on the walls? I am acquaintances with the man leading the current Human Revolution protests at the Genus Clinic. His name is Brian Mulberry. After an introduction from me, he may be willing to shine some light on that particular event.
What a coincidence that someone who knows Hayden winds up in our room, right? You're involved with the Human Revolution?
No, not in this lifetime. Even if I so desired, I don't think they would approve much of my work. While Mr. Mulberry and I were associated with each other once, it was before he joined the Human Revolution. I find their methodology too aggressive, and their stated goals dangerously backwards. While I pushed for careful deployment of technology after the Parallax System 1 merger, I am no caveman. After all, I'd likely be dead without the advanced technology that goes into this chair.
How do you know this Brian Mulberry?
When I exited Parallax, I sought out like-minded individuals. We worked together to prevent a full deployment of the MeshNet system. Brian Mulberry was one such person. We did not succeed in our efforts, obviously. Come to think of it, that event might have been what prompted Brian to take a more radical stance against technology. Ha! But yes, our motivations aligned for one brief time, and I gained his respect from it. Hopefully, that can be useful for you.
Thank you for helping us out like this, if you are really helping.
I will send a message downstairs to my assistant, Leon Decker. He will hand you one of my cards to prove your association with me to Mr. Mulberry. Make sure you speak to him before you leave.
Where am I supposed to find... Okay.
In the meantime, I'll get in touch with some other individuals I know and try to find out any other information about Hayden that I might be able to pass on to you. I'll be in contact. It was a pleasure meeting you both.
We should get going, Turing.
Ah, of course. Please, do not let me delay you any further. Good luck, Turing. I don't think Hayden's faith in you is misplaced. You are an impressive piece of technology.
Thank you, Dr. Fairlight. We'll be in touch.
You don't actually... I mean, we still have no means of contacting one another, but okay.
Should I call downstairs to have you discharged?
What the hell is wrong with you?
Where do I begin? Look at this little robot! Okay.
I can't believe that you're still pulling the exact same shit you were years ago, but this time it's truly unreal.
No.
Do you even realize how bad impersonating a police officer is? It's a felony, jackass. I should be slapping cuffs on you and dragging your sorry ass off right now.
Detective Rivers, wait! I'm sorry. The plan to lift your credentials and use them to access Hayden's apartment was entirely mine. Also, I feel it necessary to mention that though you are understandably upset, such language and imagery is beneath you as a respected officer of the law.
Turing!
Oh great, the robot did it, huh? I guess I'll just take you to jail then instead. That what you want? Don't even try to take all the blame. I know that a certain someone lent you a helping hand. It isn't like you have the hardware to pull that off alone, little bot.
Well, to be honest, Detective Rivers, I think I'll tell you the whole truth, since my friend here trusts you. Keep it under your hat, though, metaphorically. I am no ordinary ROM, but actually a prototype designed to be the first fully sapient machine. I suspect creating me is the main factor behind Hayden's disappearance, beyond his day-to-day research for Parallax. My name is Turing.
Whew. Okay. Hi, Turing.
Looks like I don't give a shit.
Well, that is a damn bigger problem than you first let on, huh, old pal? The first machine sapient. People are gonna have things to say about that. Especially the human revolution. Ugh. This is exactly what I wanted to avoid. You sure know how to get yourself dropped in the drink. What the hell am I supposed to do with the two of you?
Love and cherish us?
I guess I'm letting you off the hook. This time, and only because this time I can let you get away with it safely. I doubt anyone will notice your manipulation of that NSFPD ROM, nor that I was apparently in two places at once. But mostly because I think you're right.
Boo boo.
Someone higher up in the department is trying to delay any search into Hayden's disappearance. Here's the story. Apparently, the investigations you ran into this morning were about the lock on the apartment door being reported broken by a neighbor. The building couldn't reach Hayden, so they went ahead and got it fixed on their own, but the NSFPD sent a bot to check things out and guard the place for a while afterward, right? Standard procedure, treating it as a break-in. Have someone there for when Hayden shows up. Obviously, you and I know there's a bigger story, but when I filled out the missing person report, I was informed in no uncertain terms that I am to wait an entire 48 hours before I can upgrade the existing case. Why? Just on the off chance the door being busted and Hayden being missing are unrelated and my search screws something up for the completion of the break-in report. As if. There's a problem if you're so by the book you're getting paper cuts. And that was before all of this happened. The chief's not happy about whoever took the bot out. That's who they're after now. They won't even care if Hayden never shows.
Today's assault and the vandalization of our apartment will only make the entire situation more confusing and sensitive for the police.
There's too many moving parts to piece anything together, and it's not fun trying to argue with the bureaucrats that one thing happened over another.
Looks like a little burger.
These little incidents of smashing shit and spray paint sound more like Froyo Stand 2.0 to them than a serious abduction.
And I suppose I won't be very useful as a witness to the kidnapping without explaining the makeup of my being to the entire department, which will only scandalize things further. Darn it all.
Look, it's not being squashed
Language.
completely, so I don't think anyone's been bought. But until there's undeniable proof Hayden was taken by force, they're gonna care more about the poor doorknob and some paint on the walls than him being missing. Which means somebody definitely has some influence, enough to buy themselves time by forcing me to follow protocol to a T. Not that I will, but I'm gonna have to keep things quiet.
Oh, Lexi.
It sounds like it's going to be up to us.
Yeah, so stop messing around. There's certainly a story here, but if you keep botching your moves, you'll blow it. I'd really rather you not be involved at all, but I know that isn't gonna happen at this point. I've got a bad feeling people are gonna end up dead over this. I don't want you to be one of them, buddy.
No.
And I really don't want to be the one making that call to your sister. Please.
Oh. I get ahead of myself, Lexi. Don't mother me.
Yeah, I know. Just here.
Zapper. Ooh.
Take this. Use it if you have to.
Is this the same thing we got hit with?
It's not. This is a medium-range electrolaser pistol. It uses a low-power laser to create a channel of ionized gas to complete a circuit between the gun and the target, then discharges a considerable amount of current into the air. Think of it as a wireless taser of the older variety. This is a more suitable personal defense weapon, and it is legal to carry in Neo-SF without a license. The neural scrambler we were attacked with
So what you're saying is it's a
an
gun!
electromagnetic field to disrupt electrical signals in the target's nervous system. That's far more dangerous and prone to be
Gosh, it's
permanently damaging
taser!
to the target. You got lucky.
I told you to get a weapon, but you didn't, so I picked it up on the way here. Be smart with it.
Thanks, Lexi. Thanks. I hope I won't need it.
Me either. I'll be in touch if I find anything out, but don't hold your breath. My superiors are gonna keep leaning on me to do nothing. Back to the grind, I guess. See ya. Stay safe.
Thank you for your time, Detective Rivers. you should talk to the receptionist and formally check out before we go anywhere.
I was about to say wireless gun, but then I realized that, wait, guns don't have wires. Yeah.
We should also look for Dr. Fairlight's assistant, Mr. Decker. He should be somewhere around.
Boneless gun. A cute little cleaner romp scrubbing the floors. It really seems to be trying to get a specific area spotless. You pat the tiny rom on the head. It bleeps cheerfully.
It's Neo SF's littlest hero!
Wow, Turing is super passionate about this little cleaning robot! It couldn't possibly be this shady, mysterious man with a portrait. Certainly not. I hope you're gonna fall! He's rolled over onto his back and is sticking his head like down between my knees so that he's kind of rolling off the chair. Hey, get off the keyboard! Come on. All you can hear is an intense desire to clean and scrub endlessly. Yes, Genie was the name of our talking gun in Mittens. This ROM isn't made for conversation. It just warbles at you.
I think it wants you to move so it can clean. Look, they have a Hassie machine.
I love how you went to your auto mode for that.
I've read that a lot of people have switched over from their favorite colas and energy drinks to just Hassie.
If you want a Hassie, you have to pay using Lips Pay, linked to your ID card. You pick a Hassie Fire and drink it. You feel recovered.
Very good. Isn't Hassie the best?
I don't know how much money I actually have. The brand placement is incredible. Alright, look at plant. You're reminded of your much less healthy plant at home. Don't worry about it. We're working on it. All the foliage of Neo SF exists only to mock you. Isn't the idea supposed to be to talk to plants rather than listen to them? If not, it should be. This one won't budge. The Hassie jingle, what a surprise. Now ad about a new Hassie flavor starts playing. It's a little unnerving, but you have to admire its great fighting spirit. Comfy and frequently sanitized. Still way nicer than any furniture at your place. Not sad.
No time to rest anymore, sleepyhead. We have our mission. Let's get to it. Full steam ahead.
Turing might have a future in being a personal trainer.
The sign here says Chinese hospital. Bear in mind that we're still in Neo SF.
Oh yeah, because this is in Chinatown. Tase the Hassie. You won't get a free Hassie from zapping it. Are you sure? There's too many people watching for this to work. A screen showing hospital information and city updates. Looks like you didn't really miss much while you were out. These reception ROMs are here to help check people in and answer questions about guests who stay here. Obi. There's There's a lot of political debate right now on whether ROM should be allowed to operate on people. Might happen soon. Yeah, it does look like East. That's one that I can kind of recognize because Toho. Stop! You are sterile! I don't know if I could always identify East, but it's probably one of the few that I have the best chance of being able to identify. As someone who's never actually studied such things.
Patient? My records indicate that you have been admitted for possible cranial trauma. You should currently be in your assigned bed, resting. While I am truly delighted to see that you have regained consciousness, I must insist that you return to your room to be examined by a medical professional immediately.
Listen here, you bucket of bolts! Just run the paperwork for my release.
I must insist that you remain for treatment. A doctor has not determined the full extent of your injuries, and you may have lasting damage to your nervous system.
Just give me the damn paperwork.
Very well. I am prohibited by law from detaining you here against your will, patient. But you should note in your release paperwork that willful early termination of medical services releases this hospital and its parent company, ZHC, from legal liability should your condition persist or worsen outside of our care. Additionally, all test and medical data from your visit will be shared with our standard partners to help improve our services and offerings and to keep the price affordable. I am further required to inform you that this visit has expended the last of your year's governmentally mandated healthcare credits.
Well, it is the end of the year, so hey. Thank you.
Lastly, you will be required to provide payment or proof of private insurance for any further visits for routine or emergency medical care. Please take care to fill out all forms thoroughly and
I get a feeling we're
accurately.
gonna have to do that
And
at some
have a
point.
nice day.
Your medical billing makes me glad I'm synthetic.
Tell me about it, buddy.
You should look for more paying journalism work before you get shot again. Before we leave, we should look for Dr. Fairlight's assistant, Leon Decker. We're good to go. We don't need to talk to them.
Sitting around and waiting in a hospital is no one's favorite pastime. This is the front desk, not the waiting room, so they probably aren't hurt or anything. Why would you give me that option? It's terrible. I'm waiting here for my husband. Nothing serious, thankfully. Just a scare. You know, it gave you the option to tase the robot, to tase the bot. And I'm not so much of a monster as to do that. A young man stands alone in a casual pose. He seems to be maybe 30 or so, with rugged features.
I'm more fond of radio myself. Technology sure evolves fast these days.
Can I hug him? Not much that's tangible there, except that hair. What? Don't you dare go digging around in his pockets. Let me hug people.
Hello, the name's Leon Decker. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, what up?
Fairlight messaged ahead that I needed to pass one of his cards on to you. Here. Thanks for taking your time with him. He really gets in one of his moods when the chair's getting fixed. The last gala he organized was full of unsavory types. He's probably happy to help folks whose pockets aren't deeper than their thoughts.
That's a good turn of phrase there. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, boss said you'd have a few for me. I'm not really supposed to answer anything too private, but take your best shot.
What kind of work do you do for Dr. Fairlight?
Oh, mostly gopher work, to be honest.
You just have a bit of a Roger vibe to him.
Started when I was just out of the military. I was looking for a gig from someone who wouldn't care that I was an army brat. North Korea made that hard. The old man pays me to guard his life, run a few errands for him, and play substitute arm candy at most of the charity galas. Not terribly exciting, but I've already had enough excitement to last me another 30 years.
Wait, are you saying that substitute arm candy is though he pawns you off to the people who want to use him as arm candy, or does he use you as his arm candy? Either way, it's weird and delightful to think about. Why do you think Fairlight is helping us?
You think sitting in that chair all day is very entertaining? You know, the old man's talked to me about the things he used to do in his glory days. I'm sure he told you about when he was the head of some big companies. He was cold, ambitious, and took down anyone with half a mind to get in his way. I think once he aged, he realized how lonely that kind of life can be. Helping people's the only way he can feel like he's still doing something. But hey, what do I know? I just spend all my time with him.
What's your story?
Probably not as exciting as you hope. I grew up in Montana on a family farm. I didn't have my pa's farm hands, so I joined the military as soon as I could, like my grandpaps. Came home looking to do something a whole lot quieter for the rest of my life.
I like seeing the different ways people refer to their grandparents. There's a lot of good words out there for it.
I didn't know at the time how boring quiet could be. But hey, I'll take it over getting shot at.
Thank you, Leon.
No problem. I'll be around if you know where to look. You have a good day now.
Well, we're free to leave. Why not head back home first, yes? I'm sure you'd like the chance to shower at least. For such a clean place, it sure seems to have left you feeling foul.
Physically, mentally, and journalistically refreshed.
You look good. If you're feeling up for it, we should go find Tomcat and tell them about what happened. They should still be waiting for us at Stardust. Let's not keep them waiting. Oh, by the way, while you were showering, I was able to replant your Crassula ovata.
Yeah!
Don't forget to talk to it and give it some love.
It does look bigger.
When I try talking to it, it doesn't even notice I'm there. Either way, our next move is Stardust.
Look at our good little plan. Turing sent it to water anymore. Just leave it be and send it good vibes. It'll be okay. Looks like it's the same as before. How about talking to it? Oh, same dialogue as before, but no problem.
With more of that, we'll surely be on the way to lush. Every bit will help in the end. I think Wilty will survive just yet. With More of that will
Just another round for good measure.
every bit.
Do we want to keep going a bit longer or call it a night, gang? Hug.
We can hug some more later too, if that's what you want to do.
It is what I want to do!
Aw, thanks for the hug.
I just love giving hugs!
I'm undecided on how I feel about him.
Yeah, it does seem like we're stopping at it's a good place to stop. So I guess we'll call it a night. I don't have an off-air message made for this game yet. Sorry. I was gone, but I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. So here's the generic one for now. We'll see the next episode up in the top right corner whenever it goes live. And you can see some other cool stuff that I've done. Well, I say cool, I don't really know. Some other stuff I've done at any rate. Down in the bottom right, and you can subscribe over there on the left side by clicking on the little Tentacruel icon. Thanks for watching. I hope you had a good time and have a great tomorrow. And take care of yourself. And yeah. Good night. See you on Saturday. Bye bye.